Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to Inside Line Racing. This is ILR5 on the PS4 side, and we are at round number 13 here at Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgium Grand Prix. It's been here for quite a while, one of the longest laps on the calendar. It's only home since 1985, but the circuit first hosted an event back in 1925. And the first F1 race took place in 1950. This circuit changed quite a lot since the inception. It was shortened from 15 kilometres to its current 7 kilometres, and you may know it usually hosts a 24-hour of Spa, usually sometimes as well. So yeah. So I am Jess, I will be your commentator as per usual. And this race is going to get very interesting. I am super pumped. Actually, I need to check if we're live, because last time I was like, oh, we're not live. Oh, we're live. That's fine. I was panicking that we're not live, but we are. So, all good. Right, carry on. I've been told by the drivers, it's obviously going to be dry qualifying. It's going to be a dry to wet race. Now, the drivers are probably going to be kicking themselves, but that means we may see a few more people going for the alternate strategy today. But I haven't been told when the rain is going to come. I'm not going to ask that question to the drivers. I am going to leave that a surprise. So, yeah. So, we're currently on board with Ronline. Now, Ronline didn't have a good finish last week. Hopefully, he can improve on that. And it is going to be light rain. Oh, I was hoping it was going to be heavy rain. But it's only light rain at the end. So it may come to a situation where it may just be light rain and still go on dry tyres, because it's happened quite a lot in ILR. But, you know, I'm not sure if we've had a wet race in ILR5. I can't remember. No, it might have been... no, wait a minute. We definitely had a wet race somewhere. I think it was either wet to dry or dry to wet. We had a wet race in China, dry to wet, or wet to dry, and then we had a dry to wet in Spain as well. So I think we don't get fully wet races here. We just get transitions, and this is going to be the third time as well. So unfortunately, Swimmy has retired. I do believe I am going to check penalties in a second to see who is, because there might have been a few outcomes from the stewards last week, but we're going to... Let's follow Ronline, actually, as he goes... I forgot what corner it is. I need to get a trap map. I always forget to get a trap map. But anyway, as he goes past Paul Frere now, as he gets the best possible turn, and now quite a lot of people on the soft. If it was a normal dry race, it will be soft to mediums would be the best sort of action, where people will pit between lap 8 to 11, or lap 7 to 11, is where we would expect people to pit. But they will they may try and stretch it as long as they can, really, if they knew it was going to be wet. But, you know, they may carry on as normal. As Ronline crosses the line now, as a 1:43.6, he's the first person to set a time on the board. And Huberto, I'm just trying to see if anyone's in sector 3 now. Casper is. Now, Casper got the move of the stream last week. His move that he pulled off was amazing. And I can possibly see that happening today as well. So Casper comes across the line now, 1:45.6, P3. Coleman gets pole. And, Huberto bins it past Paul Frere, which is not where you want to bin it. Yeah, I'm just on board with Zach Jarvis, and I think he just binned it by himself. I was practicing for my race, and I was doing some practice, and I binned it quite a lot of times there in practice, but not during the race. So, yeah. Sometimes I don't do too much practice, because usually, if I do too much practice, usually those are the races I don't do as well. True fact. As Zach, I think, will need to get a much better result. He wasn't here last week, I believe, so he's back this week. MDJ is a reserve, so I'm guessing he's filling in for one of the... he's filling in for Pinsky. Pinsky can't make it this week, so... I do believe MDJ was in Toro Rosso, if I'm mistaken. I don't know. So he's going past sector 2 now. IXE Fun is in the pits. I do believe IXE Fun has got a quali. I know IXE Fun has got a quali ban. We've got IXE Fun's teammate Abassi just going through sector 2 now. I just wonder if anyone's on the third on the lap. Cam could be on the lap as well. Now, Cam and Khalifa have organised something for ILR5, which I'm so relieved that I get to introduce this now. ILR8 introduced this at the beginning of the season, and I think Khalifa was like, "Hey, that's unfair. We don't want to miss out on the fun." So NASCAR has been brought to ILR5, the NASCAR point system. Obviously, there'll still be normal point system, but they're having a bit of fun NASCAR point system that doesn't count for anything, which I think everyone gets points even if you do not finish, and you only do not get points if you get disqualified. And instead of the top 10 being promoted to the playoffs, it's the top 16 in ILR5. Now, when Cam goes into the pits, if Cam can send me the table, that'll be great. But, yeah, I'm intrigued about that. That's quite cool. It's quite cool to introduce this in ILR5. So, I won't be mentioning it that much because I know you guys will be a bit confused by it. But I will just mention it from time to time, just to because that's how I get motivated in ILR8, to be honest, is with the NASCAR point system. But yeah, I only got one more race to do it, and potentially I might miss that race, so there's my chance gone. But anyway, Jay Carty's taken the run off to Eau Rouge there, and that was almost a bit of an off there. So I think everyone is going into the pits now, so there's a perfect chance to go through the ILR standings. So let me just get the standings up. If I can get it up, that is. There we go. So we have got Dan, who's leading the championship with 148 points, with Milos in P2 on 47 points. Coreboy in third with 96 points. Fourth place is One Line with 84 points. Fifth place is Khalifa after he got a podium last week in 77 points. Jay Carty sixth with 73. Jack Corky in seventh with 65. Sam in the racing point with 56. Pete in the Ferrari 49, who's in 9th place. Roberto 10th with 42. Casper 11th with 41. Those two are quite close. Swimmy P12 with 38 points. Coleman P13, 37. Joint with Pinsky, but obviously Pinsky cannot make it today. 15th, Abassi with 32 points. Joint 16th is Specialist and Cam K with 20 points. 18th place is S-Boy with 9 points. 19th place is IXE Fun with, oh my god, with 4 points, almost gone off the screen now, and obviously Zach Jarvis yet to score. So, yeah. So, we've got the times pretty close at the moment. I wonder if we'll see people going to the 142s, which is probably going to be highly unlikely, but I don't know about that one. We'll see. But Coleman has really set the benchmark at the moment in P1. Now, he's had quite a lot of DNFs the last few races. So, let's just hope he doesn't get any more. So, I'm just going to have a look at the actual results that he has got for Coleman. So, Coleman's obviously 13th in the championship. He's had 5 DNFs, and his best finish was in Spain, where he got P3. So, he really needs to step up his game a little bit, as Coleman almost just binned it in the bus stop chicane. I may as well get the track map up, so I'm going to do so right now. And quite a lot of people are going out for their second laps as well. I'll just let you know, I might not be here for Italy next week. I'm not 100% sure. I know I'm not going to make it for PC, but I'm not sure about next Thursday. But I'll let you know on Twitter. Oh, Coleman's retired. I guess he binned it somewhere. But it depends on what time I leave from the place I'm in, which takes about 4 hours to get back home. So as soon as I know if we're going to be back in time, I'll let you guys know, so you will know whether to expect me in the comms box next Thursday or not. So I am trying to find out ahead of time if I am going to make the comms box, but we'll see anyway. Just as a heads up, by the way. So we've got Khalifa, who is about to go past the bus stop chicane now. He's on the soft. I think the only people on the hards was Swimpy, but he retired. And obviously we've got MDJ on the mediums. Maybe he is opting for the alternate strategy. Now Khalifa goes P7 on the side of the softs, 144.2. Let me just look at the gaps actually between the cars. Just look at the gap between first and second. Now, Online has got a great opportunity to try and get pole. Because obviously, Coleman can't do anything. And Onyx is in the chat. Hi, Onyx. Still jokes on me that I used to call him R Online, whereas actually Ronline. I'm sorry. I was the one that kind of started that, because in other leagues where he races, they call him R Online as well. So it's kind of my fault for that. So I do apologise. But it is Ronline, and I've been pronouncing it right ever since. So yeah, and he said R Online back at it again. Oh my god. Now I think P is hoping for a better result this week. I wonder if people. I think Belgium, I love Belgium as a track to commentate because it just has some great action. But it's so, I thought I was going to enjoy this track, to be honest. But after doing some practice, I find this track so hard. It's probably harder than I thought, really. And I didn't really enjoy it that much, to be honest. I was just hoping that the race would end, to be honest, because that race, I just did enjoy it, but I kept going anyway, so. But for most of these guys, I've spoken to them, and they enjoyed it. Oh, we had Alfa Romeo just binned it past Blanchemont. As P comes across the line now, he's looking pretty quick at the moment. 1:43.9, that puts him 6th. So I'm guessing he's going to have time to go again. And I'll speak to you about that point after the race on DM, by the way, because I'm not going to say it on stream because that's unprofessional, to be honest. But yeah, so I'm going to get predictions on who I think is going to get pole. Milos managing to improve by 1:43.2. Sam is improved to second. Now, Sam I think is a dark horse in this championship so far. He has done so well in the couple of races. Now obviously he binned it in Germany, but he had a brilliant race last time about in Hungary. A standout performance. It was just impressive for him. So he's the one that doesn't make too much mistakes either, and that could really help him. And Sam is going into the pit lane. There he goes. So he's going to put on the final set. I think the only people that are out on laps is S-Boy and IXC Fun. Now I do hope that IXC Fun gets more points as well, because we don't want to be in a situation where, you know, we want every single driver to score as many points as possible, but sometimes it just does not work, which is a shame. So oh my god, I can hear myself. I was just checking to see if I was live properly because I was worried I wasn't. Oh, S-Boy. Oh, no, it wasn't S-Boy. There was a Renault. Who was that? Oh, it's IXC Fun. I swear I just commentators jinx everyone, and that just doesn't work out, to say the least, to be honest. So we've got 3 minutes to go. Some of these guys will have to go into the pits quickly if they want to get in their lap. Abassi, I think, could be his final lap unless he wants to go in now. No, I think that's his final lap because obviously Belgium's one of the longest laps on the calendar, so he's not going to have much time. But he's improved, but not quite a lot. He's up into 9th now. And I think people are just waiting for the last possible moment to pit because the track will start to evolve, but I'm a bit worried that they are waiting for the track to evolve, but it will get to a situation where they might run out of time. Torsif, hello. Yes, I do remember you. nice to see you back on the streams. I do remember you in the chat. You were chatting quite a lot in the chats, actually. So, I do like to get involved in the chats during the stream. So, if you guys want to get involved, if you have any questions, if you have any predictions, just let me know. Now, I'm predicting Sam's going to get pole. And I'm going to predict Ronline second, Milos third. But maybe Ronline could pull something up the bag at the last minute. And I think S-Boy's about to start a lap, actually. Yes, he is. So he's going to go past now. So let me just get my track map. There we go. So he's just gone past Puon. And then about to approach Campus, which is a very tricky right-hander coming up here. And then approaching Stabilo. It's either Stabalot or Stabilo. I think I pronounced it wrong, but I don't know. But anyway, going past Paul Frere now and going into the very tricky Blanchemont where you can really start to go full throttle. You can really start to go full power here. As he's going to try and get the power in as much as possible. And then you're going to go into the bus stop chicane. Go to the left and then just chuck it to the right a bit. Go to the right hand curb. Ooh, that was kind of like dirt rally drift there for a minute. So MDJ I think's had enough, or he might have binned it somewhere. But S-Boy's only into 10th at the moment. But that slide, I think that would have put him P8 or something. So if it wasn't for that slide. So everyone else is going out now. So I'm just going to see who will be the last person to cross the line. Now Milos goes through the bus stop. Sam's going through Paul Frere into Blanchemont. Ronline bus stop as well. Dan, Blanchemont. So I think it's Sam and Dan will be the last person I'll be following to cross the line. So they'll be on their final laps now. And a few people are wearing Halloween helmets because it is Halloween today. And I'm typically streaming in Halloween. I'm always doing, the last few years, I've been doing something different in Halloween other than Halloween. Which is interesting. Last year, in Halloween, I was attending F1 Esports. I was watching the F1 Esports event. I was at work in the morning. I travelled to London in the afternoon and I watched the Esports event that day. Today, I've raced and I'm streaming. So, yeah. Oh, Jack! That's the same place that one of the Alphas spun. I think it was with Berto, I think it was. So Jay Carty, I think, is going through set to 1, but he's not going to complete the lap. So Milos is going past Puon and into Campus. So we'll just see how fast he is in sector 2 to see if he can challenge. Now, if he was a bit further up behind, he would have known where to go again. But he seems to be struggling a little bit. But he's 51 thousandths quicker than his previous best. And Sam is only 54. How about Dan? I don't think I think I just missed Dan's lap on that set. Actually, no. I will just about make on Dan's lap. See how fast he was in sector 2. Oh, he's 4 tenths up there. So he's getting close to P2. Oh. What happened there? I don't want to go on profiles. That was close. Now, Ronline is in P2. He cannot improve. Neither can Milos. So the checker flag has fallen. So Sam's going to come across the line. Can he find enough time in that final set to get pole? He was 34 thousandths quicker. Dano can only manage 4th from that. How about Jay Carty? No, Jay Carty's third on the lap and he's aborted, so. And so is Corboy is aborted as well. And one of the other Mercedes. So that was quite a close qualifying actually. I've always known for ILR5 to bring some close qualifyings and they don't disappoint. Now, I was close in qualifying, but I got it the wrong order. I predicted Sam first, Milos second, Ronline third. But Milos was first, Sam was second, Ronline was third. So, I think I get a cheeky half point joking. I don't want to get points for that. I mean, even just finding that small fraction of a margin, you know. So here we go then. Milos gets pole by 44 thousandths. The top three. If they found a bit of time in one of the sets, they could have got pole. Sam and Ron. Then we have Dan in 4th place. Coleman in 5th. Jay Carty in 6th. Khalifa 7th. Pete in 8th. Jack Hawkey 9th. Cam K 10th. S-Boy 11th. Casper 12th. Abassi 13th. Callboy 14th. RXC Fun 15th. MDJ 16th. Zach 17th. Roberto 18th. Swimmy 19th. And Aero Specialist did not set a lap time. So, we are about to get ready for the start of this race. Now, if you missed the start of the stream, because I know a few of you missed the start of the stream, it is going to be a dry to wet race. So, I wonder if some of the guys will... I probably think online could go... No, the top 10 are not going to go on mediums. But the ones outside of the top 10, we could possibly see some big moves from them. But we shall see. We shall see. Just we have to wait and see what happens. So we are going to find out what the tyres on the bottom half are going to set. And you can already see it is being overcast. So maybe it might rain a lot earlier than we thought it was going to be. But we don't know. But they did say it was going to be light rain, not heavy rain. But anyway. So, we've got the top 10 on the soft tyres, obviously. We've got S4 on the mediums, Casper on the mediums, Abassi, Zach, and Uberto on the hards. So they're going for the gamble and thinking that the rain is going to come in later. But you never know on this game. I was in qualifying, and it was a dry to wet qualifying. And we thought the rain was going to come at the end of the quali. It came, I think, 2 minutes after, or something like that. And it really affected qualifying. So you never know. Cody's can throw a spanner in the works. Then we have MDJ on the soft. Now that is well, it's obviously soft to mediums is not too bad. But on this track, when it's going to get... the threat of rain is going to come soon. It's probably a bit of a gamble from MDJ, but you never know. But we'll see. And obviously, Aero Specialist is on the softs as well. So, and also due to the fact this wet weather is coming, I don't know who's going to win. Now, Onyx is predicting Ronline, then Milos, and then S-Boy. Now I'm gonna go for Milos. I'm gonna go go bold and go Casper, and then Ronline. I think Casper's gonna get, obviously on the mediums, he's gonna have a huge advantage, and it's probably gonna come at a good time when the medium could be our one-stop strategy. So I'm going to predict it there. So that, I know it's quite a bold prediction, but I am known for making bold predictions. Now, as some of you may know, really, I don't know, to be honest with you. And I think the stream jumped earlier, which to be honest, I do apologise about. But anyway, the qualifying is about to begin. Qualifying? Race, oh my god. But anyway, the 5 red lights are about to come on your screen. We've got a lot of people in Halloween helmets all running the same. And that was a long hold. But anyway, we are going underway. The engine are revving here at Spa-Francorchamps. The 5 red lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it is lights out, and away we go. And let's see who could get a good start. This time it is Milos that has a very good run into turn 1. And also, Ronline had a good start, but Sample has caught it napping and stays P2. Dan is doing quite well in P4. Let's see if they all make it past turn 1 in a flush. I think they're all alright, but usually Eau Rouge is where we'll see the most carnage. Oh! So I see a McLaren that's bottled it. I wasn't sure which McLaren, but I think it was Jack actually. And we got a lot of changes for positioners. IXC Fun's going to try and get past Casper. Casper already up into P10. Meanwhile, J-Cars, he's going to try and get around the outside of Coleman, going into Bruchel. Now that would have been a very brave move, if I do say so myself. But the top 8 so much closer to each other. And oh no, I think Corboy's lost it. Corboy's down into 15th. The 2 teammates are going at each other. IXC Fun and Obasi as well. They're just always... I think S4 is going side by side, going into Pumor. And about to approach Campus now. And I think S4 made a little bit of a mistake there. Went for a bit too ambitious move there. And you can see... I think the back are going a little bit too ambitious. Oh, that was close from MDJ there. That could have almost ended in a shunt. Oh, my word. That was a shunt. He's hit the tyre barrier. And Coleman's lost it. Oh, my word. That was a huge shunt. Sack is out. Coleman's out. I jinxed Coleman quite badly there. But, yeah, that was a very bad start from them. And Abassi is going to go into the pit lane. There he goes. So here he comes into the pits for a change of front wing. And yeah, if it was in real life, I'm sure Zach would have gone to hospital. I'm not lying when I'm saying that, but you know, that was just a major flirt. So Milos is about 2 tenths, but meanwhile, Jay Carty and Khalifa are really going at it. Khalifa up into 6th place already in this track. As Zach Jarvis has left the session, Zach Jarvis is not happy with that. Once and all, really. And to be honest, I'm not really that surprised. Because I wouldn't be. It was not as bad as the shunt that happened in ILR5, where there was 4 cars that collided into each other. And I was trying to avoid that. Luckily I did. That could have ended worse. But just luckily I just stayed together there. So, you never know. So we are about to get to a stage where I will award the Supercharge Award, which will be the person that gains the most positions at the end of lap 2 or 3. It does depend, because obviously there may be a few people that are joint as well. And also, let me know in the chat as well who you think is gonna nail the strategy in terms of the rain, who's gonna come in at the right time, because it may be a bit of a gamble. Now DRS is enabled. The battle for the last points paying position is game on at this point. Cam K is going to go around the outside. Oh, he's going to try and look for a brave move. But he didn't make it stick. Maybe Huberto can try up the top of Eau Rouge, but obviously free ride into Eau Rouge does not mix. Oh, Huberto, that was close. That was very close there. That almost ended in tears there. Oh my God, Huberto's going to try for a triple overtake. So he tries it, he goes past S-Boy, but S-Boy is saying no thank you and gets a switch back, but Huberto is not going to give up on that fight. He is going to try for the move at least, so he's going to go for it. And I think that's the closest battle on track. We've got Aero Specialist joining in on the party as well. Love his helmet, by the way. And almost a late move there from Aero Specialist here coming into campus, but we'll see. I think Aero Specialist might wait for the guys to try on the moves, and I think they're all going a bit too ambitiously there. You know, I'm just worried it could end in tears for them. We got yellow flag in sector 2. What is that? What is that yellow flag? Oh, it's MDJ that's bottled it in Bruchel. But meanwhile, let's go for a three-way battle into Blanchemont. As S-Boy tries to cover off Specialist and Huberto. Specialist gets past Huberto. But can Specialist make the move on S-Boy? We'll have to wait and see. He is very close at the moment. S-Boy is going to try and see if he can defend off the inside line, the racing line. Here comes Specialist to the inside. It's going to be very, very tight. Specialist has got to get the move done now, and he has. He has got the move done. So, Specialist, actually, he got the... No, he didn't. So I think S-Boy overtook him. My bad. But, so here comes Aero Specialist then. Easy move done from S-Boy there. And I think MDJ has binned it again because he had another yellow flag, but I'm not entirely sure what that was. That might be from someone else, so correct me. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't forget, there's all the other tiers going on at exactly the same time, so if you want to find out what's going on, let us know. Oh, Jack's out. Jack's out. Oh, what's happened to Jack? I can't see what happened to Jack. And MTJ's out as well. So they must have had a collision somewhere. Yellow flag set to 1 and 3. I'm seeing if I can catch that. That's probably Blanchemont that they've binned it, because I do see a bit of carbon fibre somewhere. It's a shame you can't really see the track map on this game in spectator view, but there we go. So, yeah. So Sam is now 6 tenths behind Milos. So they're still quite a fair bit behind each other, but it's going to take a while just to catch up. Now, one line set the fastest lap of the race so far, and it's going to be the early part of the race where they'll be setting fastest lap. And Huberto's binned it in the Blanchemont. And S-Boy, I think, as well. So Aero Specialist must have got past S-Boy again, but S-Boy's going to try again into La Source. And look, he almost made it work, but can he commit to the outside? Yes, he does. But I think Swimmy's going to have advantage of the DRS then. And Huberto is out the race, so we're already down to 16 runners. And Swimmy quite comfortably gets past S-Boy and now up into 13th place. Meanwhile, the two Ferraris are going at it. It's nice to see the Ferrari bosses letting them race, which is good to see. Not like the real life Grand Prix. But I'm guessing Vettel in the real life Belgian Grand Prix was playing a little bit of a team game there. But obviously these guys, I think both these guys might not be in contention for the championship, but they still want to have some fun anyway and give it their all. And that's what they're going to try and do, give it their best, really. So I think most of the time you're going to gain the speed on the corners, and that's what Pete's trying to do. He's broke just at the right time there. And we've also got Dan and Ronline going to go at it. And so is Sam and Milos. There's just so much action happening in a space for a few corners. But meanwhile, I think let's watch for the battle for the lead. It's Sample versus Milos. Now Milos has got a really tricky task ahead of him. Oh no, Sam's binned it. Sam's binned it. He lost his front wing. He just put the power on way too early. So he's down in 7th. Meanwhile, the two Ferraris are going past the Kemmel straight. Khalifa still holds on to 4th, but that could have ended in a much, much worse situation for Sample. But luckily, it didn't. As S-Boy has got a 3-second time penalty. which is not where you want to be right now. So I think time penalties are starting to come thick and fast now. But that means, due to Sam's spin, Milos has got a comfortable gap between Ronline. But will we see Ronline start to? Will we see Ronline start to push? I don't know. It's going to be a close one. So we'll watch out for Ronline. Meanwhile, Specialist goes past Sam. So I do believe Sam will be going into the pits anytime soon. Now, what could Pete do? Going through Blanchemont. And I am seeing rain. I am seeing rain. I had a feeling Cody's was going to bring a curveball. I had a feeling that Cody's was going to throw a curveball, and they did. And it came earlier than I was expecting. So, wow. That's going to be really, really hard for the drivers to contend with. That means I'm almost certain that we're going to see some inters at some point. The ones on the mediums, they're loving this. Because it will probably get so wet by the time it gets onto them for their second stint anyway. So they would have timed that perfectly. But meanwhile, Pete goes into the Kemmel Straight and goes past Khalifa quite convincingly well. So Pete managing the wet conditions are much better than Khalifa. Sam goes on to the hard tyres, but I think it would have made sense if Sam went on to the mediums. But again, he doesn't know how hard it was going to get, but we shall see. And I think Ronline, I did say Ronline was going to catch up to Milos, but he is really starting to catch up to Milos now. It's about 7 tenths now. I wonder what some of these guys are running in terms of setup, because you can't just run a fully dry setup because you're going to lose so much time and so much grip on the wet tyres. You're just not going to give you all, really. So I think most of these guys will probably go for a much more balanced setup, a mixture between the dry and the wet setup, just so they're catered for everything. So Milos goes into the pits then. Obviously, he has to go to the pits because obviously he's going to find it so much harder to contend with Ronline on those soft tyres, because Ronline seems to be managing it quite well. The two Ferraris still catching. What other battles have we got that are imminent? Corboy, right on the back of IXT Fun. IXT Fun doing very well in 7th place at the moment. As Corboy's trying to force IXT Fun into a mistake there, but and trying to force him obviously to go a different way. That was almost in a slide, but IXT Fun made a mistake. IXT Fun's gone wide, and that is a position to Corboy there. So Corboy is now up into 7th place. And manages that well. How about Casper? Casper's about 3 seconds ahead of Corboy. So Mercedes 6-7. So to be honest, I'm guessing they were doing a lot better than they would thought they would be. And all Sam's race is going from bad to worse. He has got a 3-second time penalty to add to his name. And that is a situation where you do not want to be right now. And I think some of the soft runners are thinking, please, rain, go harder. I think that's what some of the soft runners are thinking, actually. Because they only can last about lap 11, 12. And they're hoping that the rain is going to be enough for inters. But I don't think it's going to be enough for inters, I don't think. Yeah, it's going to be a while. Because it's not coming down harder than I thought it was going to be. I know I keep saying that quite a lot, but it's not. So, yeah. It's a bit, to be honest, it's a bit of a predicament. And Cam K has gone for a swervy move there, trying to cover off as I think Cam K stays safe. Obviously a few people pitting. Cam K to the outside. He stays 8th for now. He's 8 on track. Milos onto the 7 medium, so is Ronline. So no one obviously hasn't opted for the inters yet. Meanwhile, the leading medium runner is Casper. Now, I did say Casper was going to pull off a show, and I have a feeling he would. So, come on, Casper. Casper, do not let me down, or else. But we'll see anyway. We'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens. So, but I think the last win, I'm just going to check what the last win was from Casper actually. I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me just get history up. If I'm not mistaken, it must have been Australia he got his win. Or it might have, I was either Australia or Bahrain, I can't really remember. But I know he's got a win so far this season. I think both Mercedes have got wins this season. So, let me just check. Poor boy. No, not poor boy. Casper. Yeah, he did get a win in Australia. I wasn't talking bonkers. I was not talking bonkers there. He did get a win in Australia. Yeah. The battles are starting to die down a bit as Pete goes into the pits. And we've got all IC funds out. Let me go on board. Oh, we got a safety car. Wow, the gods have spoken. I think there must be a lot of debris. Right, this has worked well for the likes of Casper, who's not choosing to pit. Okay. But that's worked well for Pete as well. Pete hasn't lost much time. So it is going to help him hugely. Cam K as well. The ones who have actually, I think a majority of people are pitting. Have we seen any safety cars in, I think we've got a safety car, we had a safety car in Bahrain in ILR5. But that was pretty much it. I don't think we've seen any other safety cars. But if any of you have been in like ILR1 throughout the season, might correct me on this and might differ. Now Swimmy's on the inters already. So Swimmy is going to have a little bit of a benchmark, I think. And obviously the guys at the back will be allowed to go the same speed just so they can catch up to obviously the cars. Oh, Bassie's out. Oh, there's so many retirements. What's going on? Obviously I can't see where he's binned it. It is impossible to tell really. So already we're down to 13 runners already. I did tell you that the rain was going to throw a spanner in the works, but it definitely has. And I don't think it's the right time for inters yet, but I'm guessing he could just warm up his tyres due to the fact that he's on a slower safety car condition. Now, Dan, I think it was the wrong timing for Dan, but obviously the safety car came out after Dan passed the pit, so that was a shame. But anyway, Khalifa stays out then, so I'm guessing he's going to try and cover off his teammate maybe, and so is Jay Carty as well. So the safety car is going to be behind Khalifa, I think. So here we go then, here is the safety car then. So they have to be behind the safety car, and Casper's on the inters. So maybe the inters is the right time. How about, oh, as Peter's taken a very interesting escape road as Dan's on the mediums. So I'm intrigued. Because ignore the wheels on the car. He's not on the soft compound, the tyres. He's on the inters. I'm just following him just to see if he's going to cope all right with him. I think he timed it just right, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not the best person to ask for inters. I don't know. I think it's all right, but the track is still quite dry. It'll be interesting to see how much time he's gained as well. We'll find out once the safety car comes back in. So I think it's going to take quite a while to clear the debris. I think that's what's going to happen. Now I'm just going to take a screenshot so more people can come to the stream, because we have a safety car moment. And the question is, will Khalifa get to start the Heaney? But I know he has to pit as well. But he's going to warm his tyres sufficiently that he's going to start pushing towards the end. So I'm interested to see how Khalifa's going to manage this. Ronline and Milos, I think, is going to possibly have more of an advantage, to be honest, as well, because they've obviously pitted on the mediums and they're not going to lose as much time. But obviously, they might have to pit on the inters as well. Interesting predicament. As I think we're still waiting for the field just to catch up. And yeah, Casper's managing the inters all right. So he's coping all right with those intermediate conditions. So I think he's going to be all right. Now I need to find the link as well, because I need to share the screen. There we go. So now Dan is currently leading Milos in the championship, but Milos, if it stays as it is, if Milos is ahead of him, obviously Milos is going to close the gap, but not by a huge margin. I got to say, not by a huge margin. And I wonder what causes safety cars in Cody's games, because to be honest, the safety cars just don't go on too often, and when they do, they spice up the action, and it's already going to spice more of the action pretty soon as well. So, lap 12 of 22. People will be going on the softs for a little bit while longer, like Jay Carty and Khalifa, for example, on 11 lap old softs. But obviously, if it was a normal situation where there was no safety car, they would have had to pit, and it would have... to be honest, it might have gone a bit more. It might have gone a bit more bad to us, but to be honest, I don't know. So, I'm just worried for the soft runners right now. They've probably shot themselves in the foot, to be honest. Now, what would you have done if you were in this situation? Safety car's in this lap. Safety car is in this lap. Oh, Khalifa's already pulling away. But look at Jay Carty. Jay Carty is doing a Lewis Hamilton type-esque move. And holding people up. And that's allowing Khalifa to really start to pull away. Oh, what's happened to Jay Carty? Oh, as I told Jay Carty almost lost it because Milos wasn't meant to overtake, but I don't know. We've already got so much. Oh, we've got so much things happening in the safety car. A few people losing positions. It is green at the back, but is it going to be green up front? And we are about to go green now. So. Oh, as they're almost pushing each other, Jay Carty is going to get a good run off the line still. He's going to be free wide into turn one, all trying to gain advantage off a very heavy slipstream. And we'll see right now as Milos is going to already starting to pull away from that lot. Pete up into 5th place. Pete doing ever so well to get 10 point. Oh, that was close from Jay Carty there. Jay Carty almost going wide. Oh no, Casper spinned it. He's one of the victims of Radion, and he is out. The one that I was predicting to make a comeback just didn't hit him. And that was a huge, huge, huge commentator's curse right there. And I have to apologise to Casper there. I think the rain did not help him in any shape of the imagination. Now, Jay Carthy has dropped it down into 6th. Ronline's got overtaken. Ronline overtaken Milos. So, Ronline, I think Ronline's losing time to Khalifa, but obviously Khalifa has more time to warm up on those tyres. But I don't know. I think it just goes to show it might have been too early for Casper on the intermediates. But you never know. I'm not the weatherman. Don't ask me about weather, because 9 times out of 10 it goes wrong. I didn't see what happened to Abassi there. Because Abassi's in the chat. What happened to you? I was trying to see where you was high, but I couldn't catch you up. Now, Khalifa's staying out. Cam K's out. Oh, my word. He binned it. Where did he bin it? I think he must have binned it in the bus stop. Or did he bin it in the pit lane? He must have binned it in the bus stop, actually. So we got another retirement. We're down to 12 drivers. Oh, my word. This race is going so crazy at the moment. And we've got Jay Carty trying to get past Milos, but that's not going to work out. And Pete's behind Dan. Swimmy is now down into 11th, and Aero Specialist is going to try and hold on to the last point paying position. This has been a crazy race so far. It is so hard to keep up, my oh my. It is quite hard, but that's what Spa does for you. That is definitely what Spa does for you. But you never know. And where's Milos? Oh, so there's a bunch of cars. Milos is down into 8th now. So Milos must have had a mistake somewhere down the line. So he's now down into 8th. Has he got damage? I don't think so. No. Oh, Abassi went on to Inters and they weren't ready. Oh, no. So, yeah, I think it's going to be another situation where it's going to be a wet race, dry tyre challenge. Because it kind of is. So I don't think the rain is going to get any worse, to be honest. You never know. So I think the ones on the mediums who were on the mediums were forced to go on to the Inters, but then realised, it's not worked out for them. But it might work out now, but it will be too late, unless the people up front make a mistake. So, but Sam, who was having an awful race to start with, he's on a charge for a comeback. He's on a charge for a comeback. Oh, no! The top. Oh, my word. What has happened? Khalifa's binned it. Khalifa's out. And DRS enabled. I thought he said disabled there. I was like, oh my word, no. But that just goes to show that the rain is hard. But it must have been near the pit lane. I think Khalifa was trying to get to the pit lane, but he did a mistake there. Which means Dan is in the lead. And P has retired as well. Where has he retired? Oh my word. How many is it for Eau Rouge? Yeah, it's for Eau Rouge. Another victim of the Eau Rouge situation. We're now down to 9 runners. Oh my god, it's worse than Baku. There was more finishes in Baku. I think I shouldn't really predicted how many finishes there were, because that kind of backfired. But anyway, we've got Milos has pitted already, J Cards has pitted already, and S-Boyd has pitted already. And I think Dan will potentially pit soon, unless he can nurture those tyres to the end and not struggle on the medium tyres. Let us know in the chat. Do you think it's gonna go into the end? Blah, 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 blah. Do you think it's gonna go into the end? It's gonna be a tough one. I think Sam was probably relieved that he's missed this race. Sam Saunders. who I think is probably the leader. He didn't have to reserve for this race because, yeah. Now down to 9 runners. Now, we'll keep an eye on the top 3, but meanwhile, Swimmy, after all of this, he's gained the most positions. Now, I forgot to do the Supercharge Award because I'm an idiot. So, I do apologise. Aero Specialist gets past Swimmy. So, Aero Specialist up 16, Swimmy up 14. That's how crazy. That's how crazy it was. So, you know, the 1-2 Arctic, it's just turned up on his head. Now, Dan is on Inters, so is Sam, and so is Ronline. He almost got held up in the pits there for a little minute. Could Aero Specialist be doing a last to first challenge? Wow. That would be crazy. That would be insane. And Jay Carty has lost his front. He's lost it. He can't. I think he's lost the right half of his front ring, or it might be just I don't know. Actually, no, it might be just the graphics, but I don't know. I think what happened was Jay Carty binned it, and that caused Casper and Pete to get penalties. I wonder if the penalties will be removed, but again, I'm not entirely sure about that. I wonder how many finishes we have in the other tiers, because I think this might be the record of the least amount of finishes so far. So, yeah. ILR5 not doing too well in terms of the finishing front. Levels of craziness. And to be honest, this could be the most weirdest win ever, but the most underdog win ever, because Aero Specialist was the one that was avoiding all the trouble. And that's helped him quite a bit there. I think we're the only tier that's had rain today. No other tier has had rain in the race, so Pog Champ. And I was going to say, oh, someone else was tired, but no, it was Pete that left the session. DRS is disabled then. So if they haven't pitted for Inters, that now will be the time. Well, obviously they pitted then. So I think Dan definitely pitted at just the right time there. So Dan is really starting to catch up to the top 2. And they got to be careful that Swimmy doesn't make any mistakes, because Swimmy knows that Dan's a lot faster. So I wonder how Swimmy's going to challenge. I want to see him challenge Dan, to be honest. Oh, no! No! Aero Specialist getting a time penalty. Oh, my hopes in an underdog win is probably faded there, and that is a bit of a shame. That is a bit of a shame. But oh well, it happens. It happens. But now Dan is going to have a potential to extend his championship lead by quite a margin. Swimmy's gone wide. Swimmy's gone wide then. So Dan is going to take the position quite easily. Specialist is on 5 lap old Inters. Dan's on 1 lap old Inters. This could be Dan's chance. This could be Dan's chance to get another win here. I think most of the races, obviously, he's extended his lead. This could be the so many races in a row. It is starting to get. Is it me, or the rain is starting to get a lot harder? But you never know. So let me just check who's got the fastest lap, because the fastest lap point is pretty much gone. Let me just see. The fastest lap goes to Ronline. So Ronline, as long as he finishes, Ronline will get an extra point added to the point that he gets for being 6th place at the moment. And yeah, I think Swimmy's dropped quite a bit from Dan, I think. And I won't be surprised. If Sam will catch anytime soon as well. I just realised I had gap to leader for a minute there, as I was meant to have interval, but oops. But yeah. So Lap 18 of 22 then. Aero Specialist leads, but not quite a lot. It's going to take a miracle for him to hold on up on track, but Aero Specialist has a penalty. Now, usually I look up at penalties in this situation, but I'm not going to. For one race only. And I completely forgot what I was going to say. It was a train of thought at the moment. But it happens. It happens. So, anyone, just get your predictions in the chat, because there's not much going on at the moment, but it will get really feisty between Dan and Specialist, I think, soon. So at the moment, Dan's going to take the win on penalties, I think. Unless Dan has a penalty. I don't think Dan has a penalty. I'm sure Aero Specialist will be asking on the radio if Dan has a penalty. So, yeah. I don't think Jack will be too pleased that there's only 9 finishes so far in this ILR5. I'm not. I don't know what to say about it, to be honest. I'm not going to say an opinion because I'll get told off by the drivers. So, yeah. But I think the drivers, they just need to be a bit more clean. I mean, most of these guys have gone for way too ambitious moves, and it just doesn't work out, and that's why there's so many retirements, because they just go for moves, and obviously the victim of Eau Rouge. If that's going to be the case, just watch out. I'm dreading what's going to happen in Italy, because turn 1, if they go for ambitious moves in turn 1, it's going to end in disaster. So hopefully they learn their lesson and get a bit too cautious, because all the time you've got to leave the space, to be honest. And some of these guys just don't leave spaces. Meanwhile, I think I missed a move on Miles there. Miles up into 6th place. And please, I'm just hoping for no more retirements. And I think even after Sam spun, Sam is up into 4th. So it just goes to show, do not give up, and you still may end up getting a good points finish. And that, to be honest, that's what Sam has done. So yeah. So obviously DRS, I think, will potentially be disabled. So most of these guys will be relying on is slipstream. And I think Dan's catching up on Specialist now past Blanchemont. I am pleased, pray to God, I hope this does not end in tears, because I do not want another retirement. Because I will never, to be honest, I'll never see the light of day. But I am not going to jinx it, because I'll get told off. So here we go. So Dan, he's getting quite a bit of time here. But he doesn't need to push, to be honest, because he knows he's going to win. Because I know he doesn't have any penalties. And Sam, what a move from Sam. Sam just gets past Swimmy there. Sam's up into 3rd. So he's almost back from where we started. My oh my. So even though he had a spin in Eau Rouge, he stays in 3rd. To be honest, if I was him, I'll be happy with that comeback. That'll be a great comeback, I must say. But yeah, impressed with Sam for not giving up, and that'll be Swimmy's best result as well, and Aero Specialist as well. But I think this will be the time where I think everyone's DNF'd up in this season. I'm sure everyone, I think everyone's DNF'd this season. I might be wrong. But yeah, I'm sure everyone's DNF'd now. This season. Yeah, I think everyone's DNF'd this season. Wow. So, I think Halloween has kind of spooked people off, I think. The dreaded Spa-Francorchamps. To be honest, imagine what it would have been like in the snow. It would have been a lot worse, I think. But we could see a potential battle between Cowboy and Milos developing pretty soon as well. So we're going to watch that as that unfolds towards the end of this race. And here we go. Milos is going to see what he can try and do to fend off. Now, Milos might be having a bit of internet issues, but that might be what's been happening my end. Not sure. Not entirely sure on that one. But we'll see. So, we are going to see. I think Cowboy's going to try and go around the outside, but couldn't quite do it. It is harder on the wets, to be fair. As Dan, I think whilst we were seeing that battle, Dan takes the lead from Aero Specialist. So Aero Specialist is going to, I think Aero Specialist is going to get P3? Unless Sam has a penalty. But still not sure on that one. So, and one line's up into fourth. Swimmy! Oh no! What could have been his best result? I think it will still be his best result, but he has bottled it! Oh, that was close up from the Alpha, but I think the Alpha must have ghosted. Because that could have ended up in another massive shunt, and that could have ended up in another retirement. As Carty gets another penalty. So, we're on the penultimate lap then. This is not Spa 98, but it does remind me of that due to the amount of retirements, I must say. But I think Dan is just pulling away here at the moment. Even if Dan has a penalty as well, it's not going to hurt him. And I think Sam will be putting the pressure on Specialist as well. I think Specialist might have pitted early on the inters, but he probably would have struggled on the drier tyres, so maybe pitting when he did was alright. But we will see anyway. So we're on the final lap of this insane race. I just don't know what to say, race, I must say, as Swimmy's lost it again. But, oh, why is he pitting? Is he giving up? Hopefully he does not give up. He's on chance for a point. I think, to be honest, I think he would have ended up. I think because obviously he's in last place anyway. He's still going to get 2 points. That will really help. That would really help him in the championship. So. Yes, as Dan is oh no, Ron Line's got a penalty, so I think is that Ron Line's second penalty? I don't know. But we'll see. As it's been a twists and turns. A lot of people are caught out by the El Rouge incident. A lot of people getting caught out near the bus stop chicane today. And quite a few through Blanchemont. So, yes. And I've got a few words to say at the end of the stream, which I'm going to give some advice to the ILR5 drivers. Advice that I have learned when I had a few DNFs at the start of the season. So, just watch out. Watch out. So, here we go. So, ILRT Dan is going to be coming across the bus stop chicane now. He is driven faultlessly. He has capitalised on mistakes that people made. And he goes on to win in Halloween. He wins in ILR5 and he wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Sam gets P2, Aero Specialist from 90th on the grid to P3. He gets driver of the day. Ron Line in 4th, Milos 5th, Cowboy, another good result. He gained 8 positions. JCarty 7 and S-Boy almost did a dirt situation to the finish. He's going to get points, so well done to him. Everyone that's finished is going to get points, and I'm sure they're going to be happy with that. And Swimmy, I'm just going to check. I think I pronounced his name wrong, but I think that'll be Swimmy's best result. Actually, no, I know he's got points. Where did he finish? No, he got 6th in Australia. He got 6th in Australia, 4th in Baku, 6th in Hungary. But he's still, he's starting to get consistent anyway. So, yeah. So, here we go. Dan has done it. He's got Ayrton Senna. He's so confident. He is the definite favourite for the championship now. It could be decided early, I think. He's won the ILR. He's won the ILR 6 championship, and he could earn another title in a row for ILR5 if he keeps up his string of good performances. I think the Inside Line Racing team will be happy with his performance tonight. So here we go then. My oh my. So Dan wins the race. Sam, oh look at all those penalties. Sam in 2nd, Specialist 3rd, Ronline 4th, Milos 5th, Callboy 6th, JCarty 7th, S-Boy 8th, Swimmy 9th, and your non-finishers. We're going to be here a while. Your non-finishers are Speed Knighton, Khalifa, Cam K, Casper, Abati, Alex Ethan, Huberto, Jack, Hawkey, MDJ, Zach, and Colaman. Please be cleaner next week, ILR5, because every week there's been a lot of retirements, and the quality of racing has been good at the front, but hopefully we can see for the rest of the field, fingers crossed. But yeah, hopefully they will learn from their mistakes, the ones who retired, and have a much better result next week. But anyway, this has been ILR5. This has been the Belgian Grand Prix. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure if I'll be here next week for ILR5, but follow me on Twitter at JessGames95 and I will let you know if I can make it in time. It will depend on the traffic, obviously, but I'm not sure at the moment, so I will let you know. But if I can't make it in time, hopefully someone who will be filling in will do a great job, and I might catch the end of the race on when I'm travelling back. Well, I don't know. We'll see anyway. Again, follow me on Twitter if you want to find out if I'm commentating next week or not. But, yeah. So, if you want to hear more of my commentary, you can catch ILR Xbox tomorrow at 7:30 on YouTube. And there's more ILR Xbox races on Twitch as well, so check those out tomorrow at 7:30. But until next time, I've been JessGames95. Have a good rest of your evening, everybody, and good night.